What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Gmias World Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Anthony Barr trolling the New York Jets and why CJ Mosley will be a better fit. He's expected to sign with them if he hasn't already. It's been going around the rumor report for some hours now, but I wanted to touch on this because a lot of you guys have been asking me, what do I think about the whole free agency thing? I will touch on Antonio Brown on another video and how, what I think about, the Raiders going forward, because I do think that, in all honesty, that Derek Carr is going to be a better personality for AB, because I think with as bad as Derek Carr has been and as good as he has been, he's always taken accountability, in my opinion, for mishaps or whatever, something that Ben Roethlisberger hasn't done. So maybe we'll see a change in the behavior of AB, possibly. But let's go ahead and talk about this really quickly. Anthony Barr, when I first heard the rumors that he was going to go to the New York Jets, I didn't think it was real. And the reasoning behind that is because I only can see Barr as a Viking in the NFL. It's something weird like that. And, he kind of has been that middle piece that has solidified their defense when it's been good and when it's been really bad. Regardless, he's always been that centerpiece. So when I heard about it, I didn't believe it initially. It comes out that, people are reporting that he did get cold feet. He ended up signing the contract and returning to the Vikings. So, the Jets feel like they've been kind of left like, bro, what are you doing out here? But let me just explain something to you. Anthony Barr hasn't been the same since Josh Allen hurdled him last season, and I don't think he'll be the same going forward. He's a pretty good linebacker, but I don't think that with the way that the Jets defense is so young, he would have been able to do a lot with them regardless. I don't think that he fits the scheme for any defense. I think that it's better for him to remain with Mike Zimmer, and it's not a knock on him. I just don't think that he's all around a game changer for a whole new defense, if that makes any sense. And I've watched this guy for a very, very long time. I think altogether with the Vikings scheme and the core players that they have very, very good, fast defensive ends. Daniel Hunter. These boys are really good. It makes everybody with their linebacker core a lot better. I think it starts ultimately with their their defensive line. The Jets, you wouldn't have gotten that. Which means that although he's a semi-decent coverage linebacker, he's more of a guy that, he's known for his speed. But we've seen him get exploited because people have put receivers on him, and obviously he's just not that fast. But he is a very, very skilled linebacker when you have people that can get to the quarterback. That being said, he returned to the Vikings. I don't really think at this point, ultimately, that the Vikings defense is going to change that much, regardless of the additions or whatever like that. Zimmer is an aggressive head coach. So he wants to get after the quarterback. He wants to make plays in the secondary, and he needs his linebackers to tackle. Now, when we're thinking about it along those lines, I think it was the best case for Anthony Barr to actually go back to the Vikings. I think that was ultimately the only way that this was going to transpire. Because if he goes to the Jets for the money, he ends his career there with the Jets. And I'm not knocking the Jets like, oh, bro, they're a terrible team. I like Sam Darnold, and I like the fact that they were able to move on from Todd Bowles, but they still have growing to do. And that usually starts very, very poorly for any new addition on defense, unless it's like a star player. Like when Deion Sanders was going around, he went to the Cowboys, things like that. We knew what Deion was doing. We knew with the 49ers, we knew what Deion was doing. Barr is not that impact player from his position. You see what I'm saying? Because if up front they can't make plays, it's not going to work out for him back there. That's just what I feel about it. All right, now, if CJ Mosley works out, sometimes it works out like that when you really, really want something, and then what you actually get is better than what you wanted. I think CJ Mosley, okay, Barr is 6'5", CJ Mosley is about 6'2". He's an undersized guy, but he's very, very, his instincts, his coverage, his tackling, I think overall, he adds more depth to the New York Jets than Anthony Barr would have. Not to lessen Barr's impact, I just don't think that, like I said, in certain instances, I would rather have CJ Mosley out there because, in my opinion, he's overall, all-purpose, just a better linebacker. Now, with that being said, I think that the deal for Barr is 5 years. That seems right, that he's going to stay there with them because it's comfortable. It's something that he's used to. I don't think Daniel Hunter is going anywhere anytime soon. They just signed into a large deal. They got other D linemen on the line that are very, very fast. I think that core right there is going to be, it's just fine and suitable for him. All right, now, it's a lot of upheaval going on with everybody going here, this guy going there, whatever. These two teams right now, remember, the Jets also got an offensive lineman. They're doing a lot of different things to try to build up every aspect of the team. So CJ Mosley is going to cost them, what was it, like $85 million? It's some ridiculous number. But ultimately, when it all comes down to it, I think the defense grows a lot more with CJ Mosley than it would have with Barr. Now, as far as both perspectives of the teams, the Vikings still have Kirk Cousins the last time that I checked. And I get into disputes all the time about this because I don't think that Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. Now, it sounds like it's like, bro, like, what are you talking? Like, he's not that guy that's going to get them to the next level, is what is my opinion about it. Yeah, he had like 30 and 10, whatever like that. But it's all like, it's like masked, disgusting plays that he has with it. Like, he just doesn't make the right play when it's needed. That's the thing that bothers me the most about the Vikings, all right? I would take Sam Darnold. Like, if Sam Darnold was with the Vikings, like if we just wanted to switch, swap out the QBs and we go Sam Darnold, even though he's coming into his second year, I would much rather have Sam Darnold because I was able to watch him grow so much more than, like, I don't want to compare him to Baker Mayfield because I think Baker Mayfield was by far the best rookie QB, but Sam Darnold is special. And I think that if they're able to find certain, pieces around him, that CJ Mosley defensively being able to get him the ball back, giving him more tries, it still goes back to last year with their game against the Lions when he just came out like a bat out of hell, bro, and just doing whatever he wanted to do. That let me know at that point, even with the ups and downs that rookie QBs are going to have, that he was going to be something special. And I still think that he will ultimately be something special. But again now, offensively, I think the Jets are still going to be offensively challenged, even with the new O-lineman. I believe that Le'Veon Bell has gone to the Ravens, so that's the last thing that I was hearing. So he's out for the Jets. I don't know if they're going to get somebody that's a little bit more explosive under center. Like as far as running the ball under center from iPro, things like that, because that's where I believe that they had some of their most of their success. Sam Darnold can do either, under center shotgun, so they have a lot of perspective going forward. They still have to play the Patriots twice. Bro, Tom Brady gonna be like 91 with a cane, still putting it on them boys. So with those type of situations that are going on, I have to tell you guys specifically what the Jets are gonna have to do right now. Now that they got one core piece that I think can overall change that defense, they're gonna need to start working on some other things. All right, their D linemen, I don't really care for any of them that are there. All right. They got one decent safety. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's about it. I don't know. I got to actually look more in depth into what's actually going on with the team. But with all this free agency and everything that's going on with it, I do think for the defensive side of the ball, they made a huge upgrade. I just want to point that out with CJ Mosley. I know it's going to cost a lot. If it works out, it's good. Remember, Terrell Suggs left also. I know that might be a stretch as well. But Terrell Suggs, Justin Houston, those are some names that come to mind as a free agent that will make the Jets a lot more formidable because they really need players that know what's going on, that smart, can play defense the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like Suggs has been a stud 16 years for the Ravens. He's on his way out, but I would try to give him his last hurrah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't he by himself is not going to change life for the Jets, but he's going to make them a little bit better. All right? And better than they would have been with Barr. So, do I see the Jets going to the playoffs? At this point, I do not. I do not. I think they are a few steps away from making a splash move to get something like that done. So, it's not something that's, or for either team, for the Vikings or for the Jets. Like, Barr going back, Kirk Cousins is still the quarterback. He's still going to throw picks when you need a touchdown. And then when you go over to the Jets, defensively, they're going to play you hard. They're going to give you everything they got usually, but it's just not going to be enough. But this guy might surprise a lot of you because he wasn't really spoken about. It was really usually all about Suggs. That was Suggs' team with the Ravens. I think now he gets a chance to create something defensively for himself if the signing does actually go through. So I'm very, very excited to see how that plays out because this guy, he's really, really good. He's a really, really good, skilled linebacker ultimately. So the Jets, I don't see making the playoffs. And to be honest, I think the Bears might take it in the North from the Vikings again. Right now where we stand, I think the Bears are going to be a much stronger team coming into the year, depending on what else happens during free agency. So I got some more free agency videos coming very soon. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, one love.